Okay, so welcome back to my channel. It's been about a year. I thought I would come on and give you guys some tips and some things that I have experienced owning my home in the first year. So as you all know, we've been through a pandemic, and a lot of the things that I have seen within a year are some things that I would just like to let everybody know what to expect your first year owning a home, and basically just to touch base on some things that I didn't expect. There were some things that I did expect and some things that really shocked me. So we're gonna go right into it and just give you a couple things that I think you should know as a homeowner that are very beneficial. And I hope this video can help somebody out there. It may be their first time and you're just learning things that no one ever told you, because there's a lot of things that no one told me about and I didn't expect them. So number one, you will see me looking down from time to time because I wrote down some things. I'm getting kind of old, so my memory's kind of bad. So the first thing I want to talk about is, this is a lot of crazy stuff, but the first thing that shocked me was no one told me about, like, someone, and that's the big thing, someone can just outright buy your mortgage. I was very shocked about this. The first 3 months were going very smooth, and I was so proud of myself, and I still am proud of myself, but learning this from the ground up is something that is just, I don't know, it's awesome, but at the same time it can be very scary. So if you experience this, if you want to chime in or let me know how you feel down below. The first 3 months went really great, and then out of nowhere someone bought my mortgage. Yes, someone bought my mortgage. That's one thing you need to know about. Companies can sell your mortgage and they don't have to tell you. They don't have to notify you ahead of time. They just buy people's mortgage. So I had got a letter in the mail, and it said that, you know, now my mortgage would start going to a new company. And it was a shock, because I'm like, what in the heck? What is going on? So I had to pick up the phone. I had to call my dad. And I'm like, what's going on? And he explained it to me. So that was one thing that I did not expect. So they bought another company. They look for mortgages and they buy your mortgage. It doesn't mean your terms change, but it does mean that you are now going to be paying somewhere different. I picked up the phone, called, find out what was different. Nothing had changed, like the terms of my mortgage and the cost or anything like that. But it just was now going to a different company, which if you have your bills on auto pay, it is good to check that. And just, you know, make sure that you know who you're paying and, you know, when your mortgage is due, if there's any changes. So that was the one big shocker. Everything, like, still is going smooth, but I think that if a lot of people do that, you know, they would be prepared. And like I said, being a first-time homeowner, it wouldn't like put you in a shock, but it did shock me. So just, that's the first thing I wanted you guys to know. So companies can buy your mortgage and they do not have to tell you. Also, the next thing I wanted to talk about was HOA fees. HOA fees, I wasn't used to renting a home or renting an apartment. You don't have to pay homeowners association fees. That's what that stands for, your homeowner association fees. Now those fees are used for a lot of different things. I learned a lot. The first thing I would say is get to know the manager. Get to know who's over your home association. I didn't see them. They didn't come over, they didn't come by and say hello or anything. It was just people that I talked to over the phone. Bam, then I got a bill in the mail telling me that I had HOA fees. So the HOA fees, they really cover a lot of the landscaping. A lot of people out there that have the new homes, me, myself, being a single parent, I was not getting out there cutting grass. So when I bought my home, my condo, I really felt like I didn't want to be responsible for cutting grass. I didn't want to be out there doing anything. So your HOA fees cover a lot. So every Monday they come and they cut my grass. They do a lot of the landscaping. One thing I did find out is pick up the phone, call and talk to the HOA. You can find out a lot of things about what it includes. I did find out that after a year, you are entitled to get little things like my garage painted. You know, I wanted my door a different color, so I inquired and they say yes, you know, after you've been here for a year, they will come out and just paint the garage, because I worried about the rust with it raining a lot in Georgia. If any of you live here in Atlanta, you know that in the wintertime we get a lot of rain. So not snow, but the rain. That's what I like. But when it does rain, sometimes it can cause your door to rust, and I've seen that before. I've you know, noticed that in other, you know, different subdivisions. And I was like, well, who's going to paint the door when, you know, if my garage door starts rotting or anything? But I was informed that, you know, they paint your garage door after you've been a year. They also come out and what do you call that? When you they like power wash your driveway, your house, anything you need like that comes out of those HOA fees. So a lot of times you're paying that and you're wondering like, what am I paying this for? Is it just the landscaping? But it's a lot of other things they can help with. Also, if you have any complaints, if there's any loud noises in the area, any loud music, any disturbances, thank God I don't have that a lot, but you might have, you know, disturbances with your neighbors. You might see a car that's been parked on your street for days, or, you know, just things like that you want to check upon. Even good things. I mean, you can find out what is acceptable. As far as me, I like to entertain, so I went out and I bought a gazebo for my backyard, and I put it up, but I hadn't called the HOA to find out if that was okay. So I did have a nosy neighbor that came over and wanted to know, oh, well, how big is that? Or my wife wanted that. And then he slid in there, oh, well, does the HOA know that you're putting this up? So I kind of slick found out that he was trying to be nosy. But everybody around here, you know, has kind of like the same gazebo in their yard. And I just went and purchased me one, didn't even think about it. But then I called and I found out that it was okay. It wasn't like I was putting a pool in the ground. Those are things you really, really need to check for. But again, that is what they're there for, and they can guide you. So that's the second thing as far as the HOA fees. And you know, what you can definitely look into with them. And like I said, get to know the manager. My manager's name is Kimberly. I have called her up, you know, just to ask her things about like, hey, they didn't cut my grass in 2 weeks, but and then she got like right on it, like, oh no, you know, this is why they were out, this has happened. Also, when you move into a new home, I know a lot of people know this, but I'm just gonna throw this in there, something else. You know, you have to call the state sanitation department and order your garbage cans. A lot of people don't know that. Like, I was looking around like, where the heck is my garbage can? That might sound a little weird, but I'm like, okay. But you have to call, get your sanitation, you know, you might have paper things, what do you call it? Recycling bin, and you order your garbage. You know, you can order whatever size you want. It comes in different sizes, so you have to call, you know, whatever county you live in, call sanitation, and they will bring you out your garbage cans. No, it's just not sitting there when you move in a neighborhood. You have to call and you have to say, hey, I need 2 garbage cans and 1 sanitation bin. But that's, you know, that's up to you. You do have to pay for it. And then also, the other thing that I did want to discuss is, okay, so your walkthroughs. There's about 3 walkthroughs when you first move into your home, especially when you have a new home, because they want to see after the house has settled if there's any nails that's popped out of the walls, if there's any, you know, squeaking doors, anything like that. The first 90 days they come and see what's going on. And see, I was new to this with a new home. I didn't understand. Get you some blue tape. Or when they asked me why didn't I mark the walls, I'm like, what? Like, I'm not a man. I just didn't know these things. So get you some blue tape and start marking all the things in the home. Walk through that home, and if there's any imperfections in your walls, if you see any nails hanging out, if you see anything that looks like it's not screwed in right, I mean, anything, just start putting blue tape on the places. And when they come out, it makes it a lot easier. I had a list. I had wrote down stuff. It wasn't a lot wrong, but it was just me going over things like, oh, I paid too much for this house. That needs to be fixed. That even tile on the floor, little things that may seem like it stands out to you, just let them know, because that's what you are. Well, that's what they're there for. The builders are very, very. They're very nice. They'll go through everything with you, and they'll tell you, you know, what they can fix. Even painting the walls. I mean, moving in, sometimes there might be smudges on the walls. When they come through for that 90-day walkthrough, you have everything marked down that you feel needs to be fixed. And they'll go through and they will basically paint over whatever it is or fix whatever it is. Again, that's not your only walkthrough. So after your 90-day walkthrough, then they come back again when it's been 11 months. They came back again, and I had other things that I had found. So it's so good that they've come back more than once, because even though this is not their house, this is your house. So they're gonna go by what you see. I did have a very good builder with Rockland Homes. They really helped me and walk through even the things that I didn't see. They were pointing out things like, oh yeah, like my last walkthrough, I had the builder come through, and he said, his name was Shane, very, very nice. And he said, did you know your bulb is out in front of your home? Like the bulb outside of my door is a, and it's good because it is a, what do you call those lights, Chris? They stay light, they come on at night.
Talking about in the street?
Yeah, like they come on, like you can, like those lights we put out in front of the house.
I mean, I would just say they're like
the lights that you don't have to,
lights that you put in the grass.
They don't blow out, they never go out, like they come back out. Well, anyway, so anyway, he was like, we can replace this. And then when it had rained, it rained so hard in Georgia. Sometimes it rains so hard you can't see in front of you, but it rained so hard that it had knocked out the glass in the light, like the bulb in front of my door. And they were like, you know, we're gonna replace all that. Also, I noticed there was a crack in the toilet seat in the guest bedroom downstairs, well, in the guest room, well, downstairs in the guest bathroom, but nobody uses that bathroom. And for some reason, I don't know if the builders, when they were fixing, I noticed a tiny crack, and they replaced the entire toilet. So I appreciate that. It's just the little things. This is your house again, like I said, when they come through, go through it with a fine-tooth comb. I was in my closet. Funny story, we were all walking through, me and my real estate agent and the builder, the first time you have to walk through and get your keys. And we were looking around at the house upstairs, and I noticed at my bedroom closet, we were just talking about, you know, doors and everything, and all of a sudden my bedroom closet door just started closing, like, and we were all looking like, okay, what? So I don't know, but that was something I was like, we gotta fix that, because I don't want that door loose. I don't know what that was. I don't know if it was a ghost, but I don't play none of that. So anyway, that was a funny thing that I experienced. But again, your last walkthrough, I had my last walkthrough recently. Okay, and again, back to the reason why I'm doing this video, because it's been a year that I've owned my home. As of November 2020, it's been a year I've lived in this house, and I have been just learning so much. And I just wanted to pass it on to you guys. So, you know, some people out there that may have never owned a home, or may have never owned a brand new home. So my home was built from the ground, it's a brand new home, and it's a lot of things that comes along with that. Pest control, that's a big thing down here in Georgia. We have that red dirt, and there is a lot of bugs. You think that you're in a new home and there's not going to be any bugs. I mean, it is depending on how clean you are. I would like to say that I'm a very clean person. My daughter is a neat freak. I don't have to worry about that. But I love to clean, and I don't like to see any bugs. So they have this new way of actually, they don't have to come in your home. They pest control from the outside of the home, and there is a way that they put everything in through a tube on the outside of your home, and it just goes through the walls in the house, and it treats. So, you know, sometimes if there's rust, that's the thing I would say. And buying an older home, because you don't know how good the wood is, and with these new homes, the way they're building them, they're putting the poison for these, you know, bugs and everything through your walls, so it seeps through and kills anything that is, you know, trying to get into your home. They also come out and spray the outside. I would say keep up on that, because there is a yearly fee, and when they come out, it is awesome, because sometimes I like to sit in my backyard, and when my mom came down, she noticed that there was like a ant farm outside leading up on a little hill on my little red landscaping, you know, fake or whatever. But when they came out for PestBan, they came out like maybe 2 months later, and I told them about it. They were like, oh, okay. You know, they put all this stuff down, you know, they sprayed it. It was really good, but I didn't have to come out of pocket because I had already paid for the year. That's a very good investment. Summertime is gonna come. You are gonna wanna sit outside of your yard. You're not gonna wanna be in the house all the time. So that is that's a very good way of, you know, just making sure your money is, you know, coming back to you in a certain type of way. And you know, it just makes you feel comfortable that you are in a home where you know that, you know, everything is good and you don't have any bugs, because I am not a bug person. So that is, I know I'm forgetting something about pest men, but I mean about everything else, but there's something else I want to tell you guys. So let me just look and see if I am gonna get a little personal. Okay, and before I get personal, because I did want to tell you guys a few story on how people act when you do get your new home. Your warranty on your home, be careful, and also the warranty and also your security system. There is going to be a lot of people that are going to be coming by, and you don't know who's from who, who's which, who's who. So my builder, Rockland Homes, I thought that they were sending people from ADT Security or Neon Security, whoever it was coming to me, and they were coming. So many people were coming, and I'm like, I had to say, you know, no, I'm good. But don't be afraid to ask, like, are you with the company, or are you an authorized dealer? Because if you get an alarm system and a ring put in your home and it is from an authorized dealer, if anything goes wrong and you call in, they will not fix it, because they will tell you to call the authorized dealer. They have nothing to do with it. You did not get it from their company. The people are just an authorized dealer. I experienced that. My ring died. My Ring doorbell died less than, I would say, less than 6 months, and I didn't understand. I was like, what's going on? So I called, and they were like, well, ma'am, you didn't get it from us. I'm like, what are you talking about? The guy was here. He was here from your company. And they were like, no, ma'am, you got it from an authorized dealer. So we can give you your number, or you can reach out to them, but we can't fix it. So I was so upset. I didn't understand that, but they were so kind. They went ahead and mailed me. What they said was not that they couldn't fix it. It says that they couldn't send a person out to help me, because I'm not technical. I don't do none of that stuff. My daughter does a lot of this, like, technical stuff, but I was like, wait a minute, I need someone to come out and find out what's going on. They were like, no, you had an authorized dealer. So they went ahead and just mailed me a whole new doorbell, whereas if I had the actual ring, I went to the actual company and purchased it, or from your ADT or from your Neon, whoever you have for security. If you purchase it from the company, then they will send someone out if something is wrong, and you don't have to deal with that. But an authorized dealer, I would say, is a no-go. Do not get, I don't care how many people come over to your home and telling you they have deals. They'll give you ring for 2 years for $25. Don't do it unless they are from the actual company, because you will lose out if something does happen. The other thing is warranty on your home. A lot of people know that you have a new home, so they will try to call you, and I almost got they called me and said, oh, your warranty is running out. You've been there a year. We're offering a good warranty. Well, they already knew my name, and they were talking to me like they were from the builders. You know, I didn't understand. I'm like, oh my gosh, my warranty is running out. I need this, I need that. And just so happened that my walkthrough, my 11-month walkthrough, he was coming over the next day. And I said, well, okay, you know, I was smart about it. I was like, well, let me write your name down, your number, and let me just go over the prices with, you know, I was like, with my husband, and I'm gonna give you a call back. But I did that. So when Shane came over the next day for my walkthrough, he was like, what? You have warranty, and your warranty is not up. And he showed me in my pamphlet, you know, all about, it's a learning process. I can just say that because a lot of people watching could probably say, well, you didn't know that. It's a lot to go through. When you're signing papers and you're overwhelmed because you bought this house and you just want to get in there and start fixing everything up, it is so many things that you forget to go over if you are by yourself. So with that being said, I was so excited that I had this warranty. I still had a whole nother year warranty. I don't have to pay for anything. That means it covers your dishwashers, your microwaves, all your appliances. You need to know what is under warranty. And if something does go wrong, who do you call? You got to know how much you have on plumbing. I mean, I have numbers, and it's good to take those numbers. You sit there with that builder, you go over. He gave me a sticker with everything on it. If my dishwasher breaks down, if something goes wrong, I have a number to every person that I need to call if something does go wrong. You should put that in a place in your home, like in a safe place, where if you need it, you can see it, like on your refrigerator, under your sink, dish disposal, wherever. Those are good things to have on deck. So if something does break down in your home, you know who to call, you know who can fix it, you know if you're covered. Keep your folder from that first day when you have your closing. Keep your folder in a safe place so you know what's covered and what you need and who you need to call. I may have said that before, but those are some of the things that I think that a lot of us as women, I mean men too, you may not know, maybe your first home and you may not know these things. So I hope I'm dropping some jewels so a lot of you people out there can, just know what to do when things like that happen. So also, take your time fixing up your home. You're gonna be here for a while. I know I was nervous. I didn't want anybody to come like right over, but I did want my friends to come right over. But take your time fixing up your home. You're gonna be here for a while, so don't worry about rushing, fixing this up, fixing that up, hanging pictures. Take your time. Me, I went from moving in last Thanksgiving, like right before Thanksgiving, so I had time. So when the spring came, take your time buying little pictures, getting whatever you want to get for your your rooms, your I moved in and I had all new furniture. I bought everything new, but your walls are bare. You want to make it your home. You want to make it homey, so you want to make it impressive when people come in. But I've learned from being in my home for the first year, it's like, it don't matter. Take your time, do what you need to do at your own speed. Whoever come over here, it doesn't matter, because this is my home. I'm proud of myself. I bought this on my own, and I'm gonna take my time to do it the way I wanna do it. So don't stress yourself out. Go shopping every now and then. Don't break the bank, but I found that just going out on the weekend and just looking, you'll find something and be like, hey, that'll look nice in my bathroom, or that'll look nice in my bedroom, or that'll look nice on my stairs. Just go with the flow. You'll find things, but don't go, oh, I'm going this weekend and go find this for my. You'll find that when you just browse, you'll find stuff, and you will be shocked at, what I would say God put in front of you, because sometimes it's things that I put in there in different rooms, and I'm like, that like it was meant to be there, because it just fell into my lap. I just found it and it just went perfect for my home. So I would say take your time. Another thing I said I was going to get a little personal. So this is what I want to get personal about. I don't know how many of you have experienced this out there. You may have already have a home, but this is my first time, and I have found that a lot of people are going to be prepared to lose some friends. Okay, be prepared to lose some friends. Be prepared to lose some associates, because a lot of times people don't want to see you doing well, and they will find ways to make you feel bad about your purchase. I have had people ask me, oh, how much did you pay for this house? Or how much, that's not their business, but they will be bold enough to ask you, and they will also say little things. And I picked up on it, and this is a tip when you can tell someone is trying to shade you, like I have someone say, oh, I heard you bought your little house. I gotta come over there and see your little house. I had someone at church say to me, now this person was down on their luck, and I knew, and I was trying to help them out. I was telling them about jobs. I was telling them, about things to do. And then I said, well, when you get a chance, why don't you come over, and I'll, I cook, let's have some wine, have some, girl time. And that person said to me, I'm not being petty, because I don't like being petty, but I had to ask my daughter, I'm like, was I? The person said, oh, yeah, I heard you bought your little house. I gotta come over there and see your little house. So I'm like, okay, where did that come from? My little house? You don't know how big or small my house is, but you threw the word little in there. That's when you know somebody is shading you. So I heard it again a second time. So a friend of mine came over, and this is a guy. Oh, I gotta come see your house. He purchased a home, and his home is beautiful. I gave him many compliments on his home. His home is an older home, been around for like 15 years, but it's still beautiful. Same area as mine, couple subdivisions. And this guy has been like a cool friend all my life. Not my life, maybe 17 years. But he came over and he was like, oh, this is nice. This is nice. Oh, I like your little garage. Oh man, this is nice. Oh, I like your little kitchen. And my real estate agent happened to be here at the time. But anyway, we talked about it later because, you know, we're friends. We're not just, you know, associates, we're friends. So it was like, did you catch the shade? So that's what I'm telling y'all, like, and you don't have to address it. You don't have to go back and forth and be like, oh, well, you know, why you call my house little? I just brush it off because I know my blessings. I know what they are. And I know that sometimes people have to find a way to say something, even though they, you know, they feel some type of way, but they try to, you know, shade you. So that was my little petty, you know, conversation for today. I just want to let you guys know that just be prepared, because people don't always want to see you doing good, and I try my best to pass on what I've learned, okay? And sometimes it may not be that you're not trying to help someone, but when you are focused on a goal and you have so much you need to do on your own, sometimes you don't have time to really include people. And, you know, at the end, I would like to go back and say, hey, this is how I did it. So that's just how I do things. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching my video. I want to shout out to my cousin, which we call each other sister cousins. Her name is Tamika Adams. And what she did was she watched my video and it really touched my heart. So I just want to say thank you. She contacted me and said, hey Steph, I loved your video. I'm getting a house now because of the advice you gave, and I just want to let you know. So I thought that was so awesome. And also she also just closed on her home in Charlotte, North Carolina last week, and she sent me a couple pictures. So video also helps you with, you know, your first year getting into your home. I will be doing another video letting you guys know some other things that I found, but right now these are the things that were like closest to my heart that I wanted to just let everybody know. And I just wanted to say that, you know, oh, one more thing before I go, I forgot to say, escrow. Oh my God. I don't know if a lot of people have their home in escrow, but that's what I wanted to tell you. When you're paying your insurance, that goes towards your escrow. And every year, I was in this house the first November, January, I got a check for over, I'm not gonna say how much, it was over $600, and I was only in here from November to January. So when you have your home, escrow is what they do is they put a portion of your mortgage for your taxes, and what they do is at the end of the year, the overage they give to you. So this year I got a check waiting for my taxes. I just got a check like 3 weeks ago from my escrow. It was from me paying my homeowner's insurance. And also, if you don't know anything about Homestead, it's a Homestead program that every state has. What you do is you go to your county office and you apply for the Homestead tax exemption. What it does is it takes your mortgage down. You only get one house to do it. You can have 3 or 4 houses, but you can apply for one home, and they do a tax exemption and it takes your mortgage down. Now you won't see that until maybe August or September. You have to do it by April of every year. It starts in January, so you have to go to your county tax office, tax commissioner's office, and you take down your paperwork. They need to see your deed. You do have to wait till you get your deed. You take your deed, you go down there, and you tell them you want to apply for the homestead tax exemption. They will apply it, they'll take your application, and then you'll get a letter from your mortgage company telling you that your mortgage has been decreased due to the tax exemption from your state. So you get it once a year, it stays. It doesn't mean you have to go back every year and do it. It stays on your mortgage, but it drops your mortgage down. So that's what I wanted to say. So I hope everybody enjoyed this video. I had a good time talking to you guys. I really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe, like and subscribe this video. Yes, I'm begging for likes. And make sure you comment below. Let me know how you like it. And if there's any other thing, I know I talk fast, but if there's anything else that you would like me to discuss, let me know, and I'll be back with another video. Have a great day.